Comment about February 16, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. tinyurl.com/Chinese-officer. Yes, I read this a few days ago, but it doesn't check out, though neither does anything else. We've got a Harvard nanotech expert arrested and involved in a nanotech lab in Wuhan, who was also doing work for NIH and DOD. Looks to me like they are trying to cover a small-scale nano-assisted bioweapon coronavirus or Nipah virus release and are trying to mask it by releasing normal coronavirus, so we have, essentially, two groups of victims, one group suffering from the bioweapon as described in this report, and another group that has normal fever in hopes of providing them some natural immunity from the bioweapon version. It's a very tricky situation and many players holding their hands close to their chests for obvious reasons. The referenced Chinese intelligence officer's use of the word agent repeatedly indicates a GMO transfer agent, nano-tech used to artificially import the new DNA from the virus. But if you were desperate enough to write this, why wouldn't you say exactly what the agent was? If you knew? More questions than answers. Could be real. Could be reasons. Could also be fear porn for a false flag. Time will tell. What we do know for sure, is that a top-tier U.S. nanoscientist, Charles Lieber, was working on a joint lab and with numerous Chinese grad students on various projects, and he lied to Harvard, NIH, and DOD about all of it. We know that rogue CIA sources were bragging about a bait-and-switch they pulled on the Chinese and bragging about the expected death toll, 45 to 75%, just before this hit. They also said it was a Nipah virus, not coronavirus. Nipah is a norovirus, much tougher to knock out and more infectious. Some viruses carry RNA snippets and others carry DNA. Coronavirus is an RNA carrier in nature, but initial scientific reports kept saying DNA, which is another bit about this that doesn't make sense. We know that the symptoms reported in this report above indicate a hemolytic nerve poison being manufactured as part of the virus-injected RNA or DNA component. We don't know exactly what that poison might be, but the best known hemolytic nerve poisons come from poisonous snakes like cobras and from some species of spiders. There are also some species of mushroom that produce hemolytic nerve poisons, and that is where I would look for the culprit, because 1. We have more RNA and DNA in common with mushrooms. At first glance that seems far-fetched, but is it, really? If Monsanto can get corn plants to produce their own herbicides and insecticides, why couldn't Charles Lieber use similar tech to create a virus vector to create hemolytic nerve poison in a mammalian cell? It would have to be a fairly small molecular component, perhaps one that would fit a naturally occurring bridge protein. One thing is for sure, you can't get far on fixing the problem until you isolate the vector and the process mechanism and know the end result in terms of chemical product. Here's what Mongoose just posted, the 17-page affidavit from the FBI agent that backed the warrant for Lieber's arrest. tinyurl.com/Harvard-Wuhan. It establishes probable cause, but doesn't go into any details or make any direct statements about what else the federales know at this point, but if this isn't a setup, they certainly earned their oats and acted in a timely fashion. Having Lieber and his grad students in custody gives us a fighting chance to find out exactly what this is, and assuming that they weren't stupid enough to dabble in such things without planning and knowing their own antidote in advance, there should be a way to stop it. The question is how fast? Please consider making a small donation to help support Anna and the Living Law Firm, by visiting theamericanstatesassembly.net, scroll to the bottom and click on the Donate Now button. Thank you.